What's up, MMS? It's Diego back at it again with your school sports. For this week, we had 2 games against Cajon Valley Middle on Wednesday and against Los Coches Creek on Thursday. Next week, we will have our last game, meaning that basketball will be starting soon. But not everyone likes to do after-school sports or activities in big groups. There are a lot of other activities that you can do by yourself or in a small group. Some examples are bowling, biking, tennis, ice skating, and many others too. It just depends on what your hobbies are and what you like to do. So if you like to do activities by yourself, then those are some examples. So good luck to the MMS soccer team on their games. I hope you guys do great. Well, that's all from me, MMS. Bye.
What's going on, guys? It's Joseph here with your weather and Eye on You. Let's start off with your Eye on You. Today I'm going to talk about how you can be open-minded. Remember, open-minded is one of our character traits here at school. To me, you could be open-minded by placing yourself out of your comfort zone and trying new things out, like learning a new language. In or outside of school, you could make new thoughts and that could end up to a friendship. And last but not least, do not be afraid to ask any questions about something that is difficult. Let's go see how Mr. D uses open-minded to teach.
Good morning, Montgomery. I was asked to tell you what I think open-minded is, or what it means to me. For me, open-minded is experiencing each moment with an idea that you might be learning something new, something strange. And when it comes to me and teaching, I look at each of my students as a unique individual that has their own way of learning. I might have a class where I pull out Mr. Bones and I use him to help us learn. That's me being open-minded with maybe a student that needs more tactile, kinesthetic, touching. Sometimes I like students to be creative where I'll change my lesson plan. And for example, we did haikus recently with Japanese culture. Let's read this haiku because this is a pretty open-minded haiku, but the student actually got 100% on it. Haikus are easy, but sometimes they don't make sense. Refrigerator. So that would be open-minded because this student created a traditional style Japanese poem complete with the haiku 575 with the syllables. They even have their illustration and a little bit to do with nature. That's open-minded in education. Keep it going, MMS.
I know that there are a lot of people that like sunlight in San Diego, but there is about 40 days in San Diego that it rains in 2018. And in Portland, Oregon, it had about over 169 days of rain in 2018. That's all from me, MMS. Bye, and stay cool in the sunlight.
Hey MMS, Kaden's back again with your school news. This week, I've decided to look at what your classes are doing. I have 2 projects I want to share with you today. Let's start with Miss Gunberg. Recently, Miss Gunberg's class made 1-pagers to summarize all the excerpts they read in trimester 2. A 1-pager is 1 page of words and pictures that summarize something. Next up, Miss Reynolds' art students are drawing tree houses from a corner angle. You would think it's easy, but it's really not. To get the perfect angle, you have to measure the lines of the tree house with a ruler. Then you have to draw the tree, which would be the most difficult part for me. These projects are super cool and creative. I hope the students who did them had fun. Finally, did you hear about the 8th grader Elijah Webb, who lost in a 50-yard dash to Mr. Boffman? Shout out to Mr. Boffman, who has wheels. Nice try, Elijah. Better luck next time. Our teachers at MMS are so cool. That's all from me, MMS. Bye!
Hey MMS, it's Alberto, coming at you with SEO. This week's SEO lesson is about sharing ideas. You wrote down a question and shared them. For example, you might have shared a thought about what makes an amazing school and how to make a great learning environment. For me, an amazing school is a clean environment to come and learning and to be surrounded by positive kids. Here in broadcast, some ideas that were shared were a free period in school Monday through Thursday, but we get out at 4:20 p.m. and we get Friday free. Make sure that when you share a thought or a question, to not direct it to a student or a teacher. If you did, you might want to apologize. Well, that's all from me, MMS. Bye!
What's up, MMS? Katie here with your local news. Have you ever heard of the idea that some things are too good to be true? Well, this idea became real for a military family. Recently in San Diego, a military family was scammed of several thousands of dollars because they were trying to buy a house online, only to find that the house didn't actually exist. The couple had... Luckily, people were able to let them stay with them for free of rent. Hopefully, they'll find a real house soon. Well, see you later!
Good morning, Montgomery. My name is Jordan, and today I'm bringing you your national news. Now, something I'm going to be starting off with is a little silly, and that's the holiday that's going on as of today, and that is National Opposite Day. Now, if you've been living under a rock for the entire time that you've been alive, and don't know what National Opposite Day is, you're in luck, because I'm about to tell you. Essentially, what you would do on this day is that everything you would do on a normal daily basis, you would do the exact opposite of on this day. That's simple, right? I mean, but don't go around in every single one of your classes saying that you don't have to do any of your work, because you still do. That's very important. Save any of your opposite jokes that don't relate to academic material for after school. Now that we're done talking about national news, there's a couple other things I'd like to talk about. For example, the MMS Loves You dance. This dance is going to take place on Thursday, February 14th from 3:30 to 4:30. Permission slips for this dance are due on January 28th. You should be getting these permission slips in your homeroom over the next week. Now, the dates that you can buy your tickets are from February 5th all the way through February 8th. The tickets are $1 each, and if you don't have money, then you're in luck, because you're able to trade in 4 IB bucks for a dance ticket. Tickets aren't going to be sold at the dance, so make sure you buy it in advance. Now, like every dance that happens at MMS, there's going to be a photo booth in the gym. Like always, photos are 50 cents each. On Tuesday, January 22nd, MMS began their 30 Days of Kindness Challenge. Make sure to check ASB Connect for more information about 30 Days of Kindness. There will be a different activity each day that you can participate in. Now, some other things that are going to be happening at the dance would be the voting of 8th grade Kings and Queens, 7th grade Prince and Princesses, and the 6th grade Dukes and Duchesses. At the dance, they will have a DJ request line that will allow students to request Klein songs to be played at the dance. There will also be a Leave Some Love table, which is where students can make simple Valentine's Day cards. These cards can be taken by the students or given to friends at the dance. Now, at the very end of the dance, there will be a balloon drop, which is where there is hundreds of balloons inside of a net that will drop simultaneously. Once they reach the floor, students will be able to pop the balloons. In some of the balloons, there will be special hearts. If you find a heart, then you can take them up to the prize table and get an instant prize. Students who stay after the dance and pick up trash will gain other additional prizes. Now, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is something started by Ms. Plasinski, and that is the Social Media Leadership Club. Basically, what Ms. Plasinski is planning to do is making a brand new Instagram account for the School of MMS. The application packets look a little something like this. The application should be turned in on February 8th to the Student Support Center to Ms. Plasinski. On Friday, February 15th, the interview times will be scheduled before school in your zero period or after. On Friday, March 1st, the Social Media Leadership Club's winners will be announced. If you become a part of the Social Media Leadership Club, there are a couple things that you may need to maintain, such as a GPA of 3.0 or higher, which means no D's or F's. Have citizenship grades of B's or better for every single one of your classes. Have good attendance, up to 3 unexcused tardies, no truancies, and 7 absences. No suspensions, no referrals, and the recommendations of 2 teachers. Well, that's all for me, MMS. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye!
What's up, MMS? It's Abby here today with your IB and Me. In many IB and Me classes, 8th graders are taking time out of the week to work on their 8th grade community project. These days are most likely Wednesdays and Thursdays, and maybe even more. The 8th grade community project is where students are trying to help the community, the school, and the people around them. The different types of services are direct services, indirect services, advocacy, and research. Direct service is helping people, animals, or the community directly. Indirect service is when you do not see the people you're helping, but they still benefit from the work you are doing. Advocacy is speaking for a cause or public concern. And finally, research is collecting research and data to create a report on an important issue. These projects are hoping to benefit the things in our community. In other IB and Me classes, students may be learning about the IB word of the month, which is open-minded. To recap on last week, open-minded means to be open to new ideas as well as cultures. And finally, most classes are working on SEL lessons at some point of the week. Well, that's all from me, MMS. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.